everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So today is going to be a get ready with me with a new palette I wanted to try out. It's new to me. It's the Beetlejuice palette, and here's what it looks like. Got the plastic on it. Let me take that off of it. So there's what it looks like. It's got a nice big mirror in it. So very Beetlejuice appropriate shades, and I like both of these highlighters, but this one's a gray type one, which I probably won't use that today. I probably won't use too much highlighter anyway, because it's just kind of a daytime thing. But, so we're going to get ready and also talk about the movie Fatal Attraction. If you've never seen it, it's a really good movie if you like dramas. But it's a movie that made me mad. So it's a movie, it came out in 1987, starring Glenn Close, Michael Douglas, Anne Archer, and in it, there's a fatal attraction, as you probably guessed by the title of the movie. So Michael Douglas's character is married to Anne Archer, and they have a little girl, and they live in this beautiful, perfect New York apartment in their perfect little world. And he has his perfect job. I think he's a publishing attorney, but I'm not completely sure about that. But him and Glenn Close's character are both in publishing. And so Glenn Close's character plays Alex Forrest, and She Will Not Be Ignored, Dan. People ask me why I blend into my neck, and it is because I don't use like a self tanner or anything, so I want it to blend down into the area that's going to be exposed. And also, when I was doing pageants and like doing little modeling things and stuff, I wasn't a model, just kind of a local thing. I would, that's how I was taught to do it. And I just never changed. So back to Fatal Attraction. So I think his wife and daughter go out of town for some reason. And normally I wouldn't do my foundation before my eyes. I would normally finish my eyes off. But that's not what I did today. So Dan in Fatal Attraction he's home alone because his wife and daughter, like I said, went out of town for something. So where is he? Is he at I don't know. He meets up with Glenn Close's character somehow, and they end up fooling around. And while his wife's out of town, he forms a little relationship with this chick, Glenn Close, and then he's basically, oh, I'm married, so we can't go on anymore. My wife's coming home, so. And so Alex, the lady, the mistress, she cuts her wrist and tries to get him to stay with her in her apartment, and he stays there for a little while and tries to be sweet to her and everything, but, he's just a jerk. He's a jerk. But here's the thing. I feel like the way the movie is presented, we're supposed to kind of side with him in some way. We're expected to side with him. And I was 17. Me and my mom went to see this in a theater, and I was like, I had my ass on my shoulders about the whole thing because, he knew he was married. And I remember the audience reaction, and they were, applauding when, not applauding, but like, oh, yeah, you got a crazy one. Yeah, it's her fault. It's the mistress's fault. Yeah, he was forming, they did their little relationship montage. It looked like he was trying to form a relationship with her so he can have someplace to put his wiener while his wife was out of town. And then when his wife is getting ready to come back, it's like, no go. We can't be doing this anymore. So it turns out she's not stable. which is the whole point of the movie, that the woman is the unstable one. So she does like various things to him, like, spoiler warning, battery acid on his car, or some type of acid, I don't know, various things. And he's trying to cover it up. I think, oh, you know, just vandals or whatever. So they move. I don't remember what prompted the move. I think she broke into there. I'm going to have to give the movie a rewatch, I guess. But even though it pisses me off. It's a good movie, but it pisses me off. He moves his family into the country, and they have this beautiful house. And so they get the kid a bunny and all that. And Alex basically, you know, she finds them and she causes trouble for them. She goes to the school, picks up their daughter, and, you know, takes her to an amusement park and everything. And, you know, the mom gets in a car accident, freaking out looking for her. So her arm smashed up. And at some point, I don't know if it was before the kind of kidnapping or after, but she ends up boiling the little girl's bunny, you know, getting into their house and boiling their bunny because she's gone bananas. And that's where that whole thing, if you've heard it before about boiling a bunny, that's where it came from, if you didn't know. And I don't think the bunny should have been boiled, you know, and I think, well, you know, we kind of have to get her to do something really serious, because a lot of people are still going to be like, well, he shouldn't have fooled around with this woman. You know, it's his fault. So I kind of feel like they had to put that in the film to make us feel bad for the bunny and the little girl so that we would feel more sympathy towards him in some way. I felt none. I had none. This was entirely his fault. His daughter's bunny got boiled because he couldn't control his wiener. That's what happened. So, where's my powder? So, they have a final confrontation in the house. I'm leaving a lot out. You'll have to watch the movie if you want to know everything that goes on. But, ooh, that makes me orange. It's okay. I don't care right now. I just want to try this eyeshadow. They have this confrontation, and it's really hard to talk while I'm putting makeup on. So I'm doing my best. But they have this confrontation. She's there, and oh, no. I think this is first the bunny is boiled, and then I think the woman calls their house, and he answers the phone, and then he gives the phone to his wife, and his wife tells her, if you ever come near me or my family again, I'm going to kill you. Okay, what about the man sitting right there that she didn't? He was like, hey, yeah, let's do this. You know, it wasn't like, and she didn't, like, she wasn't stalking him because she wanted him. She already got him. She was stalking him because he deserved it, is what he deserved. Now, I know most people wouldn't go to the extreme she went through, and it was bad. She shouldn't have done the things she did. But it was him. It was his fault. It was his fault, and I felt like he wasn't really getting that much accountability, you know? It was just really bothersome to me. But anyway, they get into a scuffle in his house because she breaks in their house, and then and she ends up getting killed, and they're all embracing like, oh. But anyway, I don't know if I talked about that movie clearly enough. That movie makes me really emotional because, like, I mean, I would never fool around with a married man, but my point is, it's not like he didn't know he wasn't married. It wasn't like, oh, you were my wife all this time. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to have sex with other women. You know, just whatever, dude. It just really pissed me off. So we left, and me and my mom went to the Village Inn. If you don't know what Village Inn is, it's like a Denny's type restaurant. So we're at the Village Inn, and I'm talking about it while we're waiting for our table. And there was this couple, like, kind of listening to me, I guess. And they were like, oh, yeah, we just saw that too. And he was like, yeah, you gotta, if you're gonna fool around, you gotta watch for those crazy ladies. And like, no, you've got to not fool around if you're married. He made me mad. And I'm like, you have to not fool around if you're married. He deserved every bit of that. And his wife and kid didn't deserve that. Like, no, they didn't. But it's still his fault. It's still his fault. He deserves the inconvenience of having to deal with that now. But anyway, I still feel to this day people don't understand my takeaway with that movie. My takeaway was it's his fault. He was responsible for it all, and he literally didn't have to pay for anything. I mean, yeah, he went through some inconveniences with the psycho and had his wife killed this woman, and he had to deal with his wife being mad at him. But in the end, they ended up staying together and everything. I want an update on that couple. Like, did she eventually just dump him? Because let me tell you something. He will do it again. Let's say this was a real couple. He will do it again because they don't stop. They don't stop. They do not stop. He will do it again. He doesn't care. It's getting your kid's pet boiled in a big pot is worth the risk. The risk of that happening, it's worth it. It's worth it to be able to stick your wiener just wherever you want to. He's not going to stop. I mean, I know I'm talking about him like he's a real dude. Oh, I'm using this right here. It's called the B word. I'm probably doing that all wrong. But yeah, if it was a real couple, trust me, he wasn't going to stop. Maybe give it a year or so and then be like at another book publishing soiree, meet another lady in the publishing industry and just be like, hey girl, what's up? They don't stop. They do not stop. Okay, I'm using this Honey We're Dead, this color right here. Honey We're Dead, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna go with Recently Deceased, which is a darker green. The pigment is really weak here. I reckon that's better. I don't know. See, I got all hot talking about Fatal Attraction. Now I'm warm. I'm warm. See, when I get hot, then it goes on blotchy. Plus, I think this is just crappy makeup. Which I knew it was going to be. It usually is. So we're going to go in with this purple, Say It Once. I'm just going to work into that green with that because I don't know. I don't like this palette at all. I don't like it. Here, I'm just going to finish doing a simple look with it. I'm going to use Showtime, which is a lighter purple. No, I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with this. But yeah, the guy knows he's married. And then he has the nerve to get mad at the woman he's fooling around with when, dude, this was totally your fault. Zero accountability. That was the thing. Another thing with this movie, he didn't take any accountability. I mean, yeah, he confessed and everything was like, sorry and blah, blah, blah. But, for the most part, zero accountability. Zero. And I just was not happy with it. That he pretty much just did whatever he wanted to do, and then another, this woman died for her behavior because of him, and he could have just been like, oh, I'm married, sorry, can't do it, and go home and jerk off. That's what he should have done. That is what he should have done. But he didn't do that. So I feel nothing for you, Dan. And it's also, no, the same thing with The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Kind of in a different way. Like people saw that movie, and then nannies were getting a bad rap. I was a nanny for a little while, you know, and like nannies were getting a bad rap. Like, this was an extreme circumstance in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. So the woman, Rebecca De Mornay, if you hadn't seen it, maybe I shouldn't spoil it. Spoiler alert. Rebecca De Mornay, she's married to an OBGYN, and she's pregnant. And her husband is doing naughty things to his patients, and they decide to go after him, and then he ends up killing himself, and then she loses the baby. You know, total shock to her system. So the woman that started the whole thing with going after them, she finagled her way into getting a job as their nanny, and she just worked at ruining their lives, which, you know, that's not cool. These people, I mean, they were in the total right to, you know, go after the doctor for this, but the people who saw the movie thought she was just completely evil and deserved to die. And she did die, and what she was doing was evil, but it was an extreme circumstance. It wasn't like, I hate my eye makeup right now. I don't like this palette. I use it for like looks, like crazy looks and stuff, but yeah, I'm not in love with it. So let me do my lips. And if you want me to, I'll talk about The Hand That Rocks the Cradle in more length and, you know, deeper depth sometime, but it's just, I believe that audiences are conditioned to side a lot of times with the person that in reality, if it was a real situation, should not be sided with. You know, and then I guess Fatal Attraction, maybe they weren't trying to get us to side with him, but they were still trying to convince us that she was scary crazy, which she was, and he didn't deserve that, which he did deserve. He totally deserved that. It is his fault. And like I said, if he was a real person, he'd be doing it again. You know? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Just saying. All right, so next time we will do the Maddie Ziegler palette, which I should have done today because I know it's going to be way more wearable for me. Now I'm just going to finish my blush and stuff. Y'all know it's nothing. Not going to be anything special. Not that this is, but I will talk to everyone later. Bye. I forgot to use the highlighter, so let me use some of this. I'm going to use this right here, the Ghost with the Most. It's got little beetles in it. Okay. Well. Okay, I like the highlighter. All right. All right. Now this time I mean it. Bye.